being able to come and explain the importance of the work that we do as representatives of state government, and hopefully inspire some of these young minds to look to careers in law or in government, and particularly in service.
In this instance, you get a group of people, about 250 very high-quality young men that will get hands-on experience in understanding what the legislative and executive responsibilities of various elected officials are. And that's important because you can't influence politics if you don't understand how it works.
I think about it in the beginning, it was kind of like, well, I guess I'm just here as a public safety representative, and I really don't have anything in common, or they may not have anything in common with this particular program and what I'm doing. But then ultimately, if you look long term, you see that everything that they're doing at some point has a direct influence on my current position, job. These are people who are potentially city, county, state leaders in politics, and the things and the experiences that they have here can certainly be directly impact future decisions they make. And so I think positive experiences here certainly have positive impact later.
They get to see our lives in a different view. Too often they see us when it's a negative contact. Mom and dad have done something wrong, or they themselves have done something wrong, and the big bad police officer is standing over top of them yelling or putting someone in handcuffs. In this environment, they get to see us as true human beings, which they quite often don't get to see. When you're hanging out with people for a week straight, they get to hear your stories and ask you the different questions, especially during the nights that we do have an opportunity to speak in front of the cities. So I think it is a great way of them seeing officers in a more positive light.
I would tell them that we're dealing with the best kids. These are our bright future. These are the future of our country. These are the kids, to be honest with you, we're going to be working for one day. To make a positive impact on them is only going to be beneficial to the jurisdiction that you're with or the company that you're working for.
You know, I tell them it's a positive thing that we can influence the youth and be able to put them on the right path to be good citizens, and also to represent, you know, their school and their country, and to be able to get them started, you know, in that path to be great people and good citizens.
It's a great role to be here and be a city councilor, having those experiences, because it gives these young men an opportunity to learn about the public service that police officers offer for the communities. And it does that in a setting and in a forum where they're comfortable to ask us questions, and they're not in trouble, and then you take away that scary element.
Well, it's really interesting because a lot of times as police officers we're dealing with the more troubled youth, and here we get to deal with the kids who are at the other end of the spectrum. So we're really blessed with that. These are going to be our future leaders, and that who will be making laws and who will be working within the government.
Today we had a young man that used to be our governor here 1 year, and on the way up here he stated that all the counselors that came here helped him, encouraged him to achieve his goals, which was #1, to go to BYU, #2 was to work for Walt Disney, and he's accomplished that. He told me on the way up here that if it wasn't for Boise State, he'd never accomplished those goals.
It's a neat opportunity for those who get to come. The mingling they get to do with the public safety people that come and assist, the American Legion folks that are here, the veterans, hear their stories, hear what they've done, what they've been through. and the ones that weren't able to be here. And it's a good opportunity for these kids to have a one-on-one, first-hand account and visit with these folks that are often forgotten about.
We partner with several police departments and firefighting units across the state. And we also partner with several sitting elected and appointed officials at each level of government who come in and share their daily experience with our students, so the students have a real grasp of what goes on day to day in each level of government.
But we need a future generation to continue to build on what's happening right now. And that's what they can do. They're intelligent, they're bright, the future's out there for them, but we need them to stay engaged and we need them to give back.
Recognizing that Boise State was organized by American veterans seeing a need, or what they felt was a need, to provide enhanced understanding pertaining to the American way of life. Most of the state programs were organized and set up by World War II veterans. The Utah program is no exception. It was established by World War II veterans. Most of those veterans that were involved with Boise State have now passed away. Such veterans as George Wallen, a Medal of Honor recipient. Such veterans as Lamar Buckner, who was an original signer or charter of the Boise State program here. There are 3 World War II veterans that remain with us now that have been with the program. One is William Christopherson. He represented American forces, as we talked about with D-Day plus 70 during World War II. Casey Kunimura, who served with the famed Japanese-American fighting unit, the 442, who gave us their motto, "Go for Broke." And Sarge Darrell Loveland, who served with the United States Marine Corps. In the South Pacific, he survived multiple first-wave landings with the Marines, representing his country. He is one that represents the motto, "Uncommon valor was a common virtue." Between these 3 World War II veterans that remain with us in Utah Boise State, we have approximately 200 years of tenure because of their commitment and their faith and their belief in the youth and the young men of Utah and the United States.